What's up? What's going on, guys? This is Mr. Gold, and today we are going to be doing a team-by-team free agency recap of the first wave of free agency. I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded. You probably thought I was dead. I'm not dead. I'm still here. Hope y'all are staying safe out there with all this coronavirus stuff. Sorry I have not uploaded. I'm going to try to get a better upload schedule. I need to get one, and I need to hire an editor. Those are the two things I need to do. So, let's get into this. This is a all 32 NFL team free agency recap of the first wave of free agency. This is as of NFL.com, so it's might not be every single signing, but it's going to be most of them. And this does include trades, it looks like. So, this is going to be it. We're going to go by city first. So Arizona to, let's see here, it'd be, what is the team at the bottom? Arizona to Washington, that's what it is. Arizona to Washington. We're going to go all the way down. I'm going to give you the player's name, and we'll see. I might make this into two parts, but for right now, we're just going to see how far we can get. So I'm going to give you their name, how long their deal is worth, how long their deal is, and how much money they're worth. And if I know their former team, I'll give it to you. So, for the Arizona Cardinals, first one up, Devondre Campbell. And I do know where he was from the Atlanta Falcons. He's a pretty good linebacker. I like using him in Madden. But he agreed to a 1-year deal worth $8.5 million. And, and also I'm going to rate the signing. So yes, I think this is a pretty key signing. 8.5 mil for 1 year. It's not bad. But Devondre Campbell is really important. I think they should have locked him up for longer. I rate this signing an A because I think it's great. Now, Kenyon Drake, they got the transition tag on him. That's not bad. They traded him with the Dolphins last season, and this dude is pretty solid. He's their new running back, and you're going to see why a little bit later on down this list, but David Johnson is no longer on this team, so this is actually a pretty solid signing. I'm going to give it a B+, just because he still is Kenyon Drake. There's better ones, but there's definitely worse ones. They didn't go after Todd Gurley, which I think, Todd Gurley would have been a good one to go after. But, not gonna lie, Devondre Campbell's pretty good. And I guarantee you we're gonna have to make this two parts, because this is going to take a long time. Sorry, Kenyon Drake's good. Larry Fitzgerald re-signed with the Cardinals on a 1-year contract worth $11 million with incentives. That's pretty solid. Keeping him there, he's not going to pull a Tom Brady at least this year and go to another team and finish his career there. No, he looks like he's probably going to stay with the Cardinals his entire career, and he'll be with the Cardinals playing for 1 more year. So yeah, Marcus Gilbert, an offensive lineman, is re-signing with the Cardinals to a 1-year, $1.05 million contract, worth up to $3.75 million. Not bad. Solid signing. They still have a lot of needs on the line, but moves are moves. Gotta do them. Now, the big one. Possibly the biggest move in the entire NFL. DeAndre Hopkins. First day of free agency. I believe it was Monday, the Monday before last. It was a while ago. DeAndre Hopkins was traded with the Texans. The Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals for a 4th-round pick, David Johnson, and a 2nd. I don't know what the Texans were thinking. A+++. I haven't been rating the signings for the past. A++++. This is the biggest thing. They got rid of David Johnson's contract, which was a bunch of dead money. And Johnson has been worthless lately. There's a reason they traded for Kenyon Drake. So, absolute A+++. That's amazing move right there. I don't know. Bill O'Brien needs to be fired. That's obvious at this point. Gave Clowney to my Seahawks for virtually nothing, and then the Cardinals got Hopkins. I would have preferred Hopkins, but it's fine. That's just a huge move right there. Then, again with the linebackers, Devin Kennard, I'm pretty sure, agreed to terms on a 3-year, $20 million deal, which includes $12.25 million guaranteed. That's a really solid deal, honestly. I think that's probably a solid enough deal that, yeah, I like that one. I don't know why the Lions released him. That, like, you're already a team that's struggling, and you just released your defensive captain. Like, I don't understand that. But for the Cardinals, this move is you know what? I'll give it another B+, because I think this is a move that is important for them. And Devin Kennard, they locked him up 3 years. So this is going to be a solid player. He'll start. And then we got Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle from Buffalo, signing with the Cardinals on a 3-year deal. And I don't have the money on this. I don't know how much he's getting for playing with the Cardinals. But, like, this is a pretty solid signing, but, like, it's not the most solid, so I'm going to give it a B-. Like, they could have gone after Ndamukong Suh. I can't pronounce his last name. I think it's Sue. Shu. I don't know. Jordan Phillips is solid, though. He was solid in Buffalo. He'll be solid here. B-. That's going to do it for here. And now we're going to move on to the Atlanta Falcons. And no, we're not going to get through all these teams. But I'm going to make you guys a longer video just because I haven't uploaded in, like, forever. So, like, Atlanta Falcons. First player, Tyler Davidson, is a defensive tackle. He agreed to a 3-year, $12 million deal with $4.5 million guaranteed. Another, like, semi-solid defensive tackle that is good to lock up on a long term. So, I like the 3-year part of the deal. I think he's going to be, I'm not positive. I think that's I don't know where he was at before, but that's definitely a solid signing. Tyler Davidson. Yeah, that's Tyler. He spells his name weird. Tyler Davidson. Yeah, but anyway, that's definitely a solid signing right there. I'll give it a B. B probably. I think he's slightly above Jordan Phillips level, but not by much. Then Dante Fowler Jr. And I think that was a really solid sign. I was hoping the Hawks were going to grab him, but I guess we're still going for Clowney. So, I like that move. 3-year, $48 million. I don't like that part. That is way too much, but it's like he got the money he was looking for. So, as long as he stays consistent like he did with Los Angeles, he should be very good. But if he doesn't stay consistent like he did with Los Angeles, it's not going to be necessarily worth it. So, it's a prove-it deal. I'm going to give it a B. I'm not going to give much of these below a C because I like them. Like, it's a solid move. I think it was a position they needed to address. Vic Beasley's gone. So, yeah, I like that move, B. Then, Todd Gurley. I don't know why the Rams released this dude. Why did they? The Rams are giving up everywhere. Donnie Fowler, Todd Gurley. Yeah, Todd Gurley, gone. Like, 1 year, $6 million deal. And I do, like, he received a bonus of $7.5 million from the Rams. So, like, he'll get $11 million to play in 2020, but the Falcons are only paying him $6 million. So, like, it's a really bad deal for the Rams and a great one for the Falcons because Freeman's gone. And I don't think he's been signed yet, per se, either. So, it's definitely a good move. But then we've got Hayden Hurst, and because they lost Austin Hooper. Oh, yeah, by the way, Todd Gurley, I'm giving a B+. I like it. Hayden Hurst was acquired in a trade with the Ravens, along with a 4th in exchange for a 2020 2nd and 5th. Solid move. They needed to address it. Not much you can say about this, B. Because I think he's a slight downgrade from Hooper. But then we get the Ravens. And this has one of the most weird trades. Like, it's not necessarily, like, the biggest, but I think it's really weird. Calais Campbell got traded for a 5th, and that's it. Like, what is the 5th going to do for the Jaguars? Like, get some player that's going to get cut off of their practice squad. In exchange for the literal Calais Campbell. Like, they're giving away, like, a guy that literally won Walter Payton Man of the Year. I think he won Defensive Player of the Year last year. Like, come on. He might have lost a step or a bit in the last year, but my dude is still very good. And he's getting a 2-year, $27 million from the Ravens. So, like, this is just... I don't understand it. I don't understand why they traded Calais Campbell. That doesn't make sense to me. But for the Ravens, acquiring him for a 5th, that's an A right there. You're getting a solid player for a 5th. So, yeah. Then they placed a franchise tag. By the way, this is the Ravens. They placed a franchise tag on Matthew Judon. I can't pronounce last names. He plays the same position as Dante Fowler Jr. Solid move. Give it an A- because they needed to lock that up. Then they placed an original round tender on Matt Skura. He was a restricted free agent, but they just placed it, so they will... Doesn't look like anybody else has even made an offer yet, so they'll probably end up just keeping Matt Skura. Then, Jimmy Smith, cornerback, he re-signed on a 1-year deal worth $6 million. That's not bad either. So, basically, the Skura move, the Smith move, and then the Jihad Ward move, all three of those, I give a B because they're not super key players, but it's always good to keep people. And they weren't spending a lot of money on all three of those, so pretty solid. And then we have defensive lineman Derek Wolfe. And that, my friends, is a good signing. Former Bronco, solid player, $3 million for 1 year, and he can get up to $6 million in incentives. I like that move. I think it's a solid move. And, yeah, I'll give it a B+, yeah. Notice how we still haven't gone below a C yet, like, below a B-, I think. And so it's pretty solid, yeah. So, then we have the Buffalo Bills, and they've got Mario Addison, who's an edge rusher, and he got 3-year, $30.45 million. That includes $15.25 million in guarantees. Yeah, they'll take that. And that's a position that they lost Shaq Lawson. So that was a position that they definitely needed to make work. So I'm liking that. Vernon Butler, pretty solid move. I'll take it. Like, the Bills got him 2 years worth up to $18 million with 9.3 guaranteed. So yeah, like, that'll work. I'll give that one, like... Oh, by the way, the Mario Addison, I give an A-. That's pretty solid. Vernon Butler, I'll give a B-. I think it's, like, he's pretty solid. Then, Stephon Diggs got acquired in a trade along with a 7th in exchange for a 1st, a 5th, a 6th, and a 4th. So this was actually, like, a decent trade, like, talent for a bunch of picks. This is, like, the only trade that I think was actually semi-well-balanced. Which, like... Yeah, I think it was semi-well balanced. I'm gonna give it, I'll give it an A, A- because they gave up a lot of picks, but they got Stephon Diggs, and I think he can excel with Josh Allen. Then we've got E.J. Gaines, who is a cornerback. He agreed to a 1-year deal with the Bills. That's solid. I didn't get any money on that. I'll give it a B- just because, like, he's not top-notch, but he's pretty good. Quentin Jefferson, the Seahawk, man, he went over here. And I'm not too salty about it, but, like, it's fine. He's not great. He got a 2-year deal, though, so good for him. I'll give it a B. Sure, yeah, B. Josh Norman from the Redskins, he got released, and then they gave him a 1 year, $6 million contract. I'm feeling like this is, like, he's lost a step. But name value is going to entertain some fans. So, B, just because he's a big name. Quinn Spain re-signed a 3-year, $15 million, and Darrell Williams signed a 1-year contract. Those are the 2 linemen that they signed, the offensive linemen. I like both of those moves. Got to solidify Josh Allen all around. Can't have him getting sacked or running around like Russell Wilson has. So, yeah, 3-year, $15 million. That's a good re-signing. Solid. I'll give it a minus. Daryl Williams. I don't have any money on it, so I can't. It's hard to grade it when it doesn't have money. I'll give it a B plus just for right now. Then, and I think this will be our last one for right now. I'll make this into a two-part. We'll go with the Carolina Panthers, and they signed Robbie Anderson to a 2-year, $20 million deal that includes $12 million in year one. So yeah, solid move. The guy's a speed receiver from New York, from the Jets. Yeah, I'm gonna call that one a solid move. I'm gonna give that A minus just because he's a little bit unsecure as a starter. Trey Boston re-signed with the Panthers on a 3-year, $18 million deal with $9.5 million in the first year. So they're actually, like, Panthers really went after it. Like, they released Cam Newton, and I mean, I didn't like that, but it works. Boston, I'm going to give that an A because I think that's a solid re-signing. Teddy Bridgewater signed a 3-year, $63 million that includes $33 million fully guaranteed. I like this and yet don't like it at the same time. So, you had Cam Newton to a contract you could probably afford, and then you cut him. Cam Newton is basically Teddy Bridgewater. He just got hurt last season. Like, Bridgewater may have won 5 games, but he was surrounded by the Saints. I don't know, I don't like this. I'm going to give it a B minus because Bridgewater was good, but I don't like this scenario, and he got paid too much money. Too much. He's not a Russell Wilson. He doesn't deserve that type of money. Pharoh Cooper, a wide receiver, signed a 1-year contract with the Panthers. Not big. He's a kick returner. I'll give it, since I don't have money. Wait, I just lost. Uh-oh. Since it doesn't have money really in it, it's really difficult to necessarily judge because it's really difficult because it's a kick returner, but is a kick returner it's hard to grade that because I don't know if a kick returner is worth grading much. I'm gonna go ahead and for right now, I'll go ahead and hand them they can go ahead and have a C plus for that one. That'll be my first C plus. I don't like it very much. Seth DeVolve, a tight end, agreed to terms on a deal. That's just all it says. I can't grade that. We don't have years or money. Seth DeVolve's trash anyway. John Miller, a guard, former Bengal, signing with the Panthers on a 1-year deal worth $4 million. I can go ahead and probably give that one with a B. Russell Okung, I can't pronounce names. They agreed to acquire him from the Los Angeles Chargers in exchange for Try Turner. So it's just straight up Okung for Turner. I don't like them losing Turner, but Russell Okung, Russell is a good player. I'm going to give that one an A just because it's straight up. So I think they got an upgrade. Seth Roberts agreed to a 1-year, $3.75 million. Since it's cheap, but yet he's still sort of solid, I'm going to give that one a B. PJ Walker from the XFL signed a contract with the Panthers. I don't have length or money, so I'm going to just give that one a solid B plus because he's a great backup. Stephen Witherly agreed to a 2-year, $12.5 million deal. I'm going to give that one an A. I actually really like it. And Tahir Whitehead, former Raider, signed a 1-year, $2.5 million with a $1.45 million signing bonus. I like that. It's cheap. But yet, if he turns out to be good, it could solidify a lot of holes. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Free Agency Recap with Mr. Gold. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you for part 2.